Welcome back, everybody. Protobro here, infamous brother Megabro, continuing on with the CSA Let's Play AGEOD Civil War. So I'm starting off with the Central Theater because it's just an absolute mess right now, as you can see here. There's just a boatload going on. I have military control turned on, so you can see how it's going. Here's my supply. As you can see, we got Bowling Green, Supply Depot, Nashville, Supply Depot. I built these flat ships so that I could have supply depots along the river here. And then we have St. Louis and Salem. So that's kind of what we're doing there. And then here's our military control up in St. Louis and Salem. And whoa, what's going on here? And then as you can see here, here's our supply. So we have supply over here of Vincennes because we went and besieged it, but then pulled back. That was more just kind of a feint to keep them guessing. So what are we doing here? So I have a couple things going on here. I have Shelby going all the way up here to cut the rail line. Hopefully I'm going to cut the rail line here and here. My hope is I will be able to accomplish that, and then through this delay action, so to speak, take Springfield. Hooray! I'm getting military control of this rail line, so I can use that to hit Springfield. He did bring Milroy up here. But that's okay. I'm going to have a pretty sizable force here. I'm going to have a 4 strategic commander here in Hoke with his 300 power with, 4,500 troops. Going to go and attack Springfield. I am then taking a small force here of 2,400 men, reinforcing Van Dorn here, just as a case, right? I'm not too worried about this guy because I think his supply is going to run out before he can really do anything, but I might as well reinforce here just to be safe. I was thinking about consolidating my 3 brigades here under, what's this guy's name? Winder and McCulloch and Van Dorn to hit this guy, but you know what? It seems to me like I don't really need to deal with the situation, plus I'm entrenched, so if he wants to attack, fine, whatever. I did take Bloomington, which is nice. I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit. And as you can see, as I'm zooming out here, the advantage to taking that, it's the only rail line to Leavenworth, which is down here, which is also a strategic town. Taking that kind of knocks Kansas out of the war, at least for now. So taking this is pretty advantageous to me because I can really move on Leavenworth whenever I feel like I have the forces to do it. But then I can also move east and support Springfield if I want. Or move up into, what is this up here? I think this is Michigan? Wisconsin, yeah. So I can move into Illinois or Wisconsin. It's a pretty nice spot to have, actually. And then up here you have Iowa's capital of Council Bluffs in Des Moines. So I'm not going to go to Council Bluff for sure, at least not for a while. If I do, I'm going to take Leavenworth and then probably use riverboats to transport up. And to be quite honest, I'm probably going to use riverboats to take Leavenworth if I decide to do that. Right now my focus is east, though. I wanted to take this just to cut Kansas and Missouri off from supporting Springfield, and we've accomplished that. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit. And I think our supply is okay. We use 27 to turn, we have 75, and is this a supply depot? No, it's not. So we are cut off for now. So we're going to hold off a turn just to see how things go. We may need to do something about this over here now that I think about it. Usage 25 a turn. You know, honestly, I don't need to worry about it because I can just do a riverboat supply and drop it off. So we're good. I think we're good. I've got a supply train right here. I'm just going to use it for my attack on Springfield, but if necessary, I can use the riverboat that I'm actually bringing up here this turn and just use it to transport the supply wagon. So I think we're good. As you can see, I am bringing Forrest up here. So I was trying to get him some experience with some battles, and maybe we got a little bit, but we definitely did not get him as close to a 2-star as I wanted. But unfortunately, all of these awesome traits that he has are only usable when he's in command. So either he's got to be a Confederate commander just doing his thing, or I've got to find someone with less seniority, which I did. So he's going to actually lead the attack on Springfield. because this fine gentleman here has 74 seniority, but Forest has 38. So I'm going to use Forest to attack Springfield. Part of the reason is I don't know what's going to be coming from the Union, and so I want to have my flank somewhat protected here. I'm going to hold off for a turn with Polk. I'm bringing my Army of the Tennessee up to here, and that way I have my corps supporting my army. And then what I'd like to do is establish a defensive line along this area here for now. I'm pushing on Munfordville with my corps under Johnson, and I'm bringing my army up the rail line here to support. And really I'm doing this not so much because I want Munfordville. This is more just to kind of keep the initiative, keep him bouncing back and forth between my army of the Tennessee and my army of the Mississippi. Ultimately, this is my defensive line right here, and then with my secondary in Nashville on this rail line here. So just doing that to kind of throw him off. I got a lot of movement going on here. That's just me just trying to establish defensive positions along the Mississippi here, as well as my interior. I did neglect that, unfortunately, so now I am shoring that up. So in the next few turns, I'm going to have troops there to establish fortifications. That's what I'm doing there. New Orleans hasn't really moved, so I don't know what's going on there, but I am bringing a force up. I've got that guy, I've got him, I've got this, plus I've got my fast-moving general coming down. I'll be down in about 2 weeks. So there's Kentucky. All right, so let's get over here to Virginia real quick. Pulling out of here. I could have taken them if I really wanted to, but this is 2,800 troops that I could have over here. So what I'm thinking of actually doing is I'm going to move on Leesburg, I'm thinking, and perhaps create another supply depot here. That way my 3-line defense is even tighter. And then, you know, I always have the option if I want at some point to jump across the river into Maryland. The nice thing with Leesburg, now granted from Harper's Ferry you can do the same thing, you've got this rail line that you can use. So what I'm going to do is actually now I want him up here to start establishing military control. And so he's got 100%. Okay. So anyways, that's one thought is to move into here and try and take Frederick's, Maryland, which will another river defensive area. It's a little less subject to flanking maneuvers, unlike Harper's Ferry, which they can just kind of go up over here and hit this area here and whatnot. I did, by the way, this is the big news of the episode, is we got Robert E. Lee. Look at this dude, total badass. 6 strategic, 5 offensive, 5 defensive. He's a fast mover. He's a little reckless, but that's fine. I'm good with that. He's a siege expert, so 10% reduced time for attacking forts. He's a strategist, so he gives command points to any of the leaders below him. And then finally, he's an admired commander, so 30% increase in fatigue recovery, which basically means we can be a lot more offensive because our cohesion recovers a lot quicker. So we are going to put Robert E. Lee in charge of the Army of the Potomac. We're going to move Beauregard out. Not quite sure where I'm going to move him yet. Might put him in Richmond. That way we at least have some sort of a command structure ready in Richmond in the event that we do get attacked there. Here's what I have in Richmond, by the way. It's not bad, I guess. You know, I mean, it is the capital. However, my hope is artillery will all blast him. I don't know why he's moving. He's not supposed to be moving. And then I'll be able to move troops down there if he decides to attack Richmond by sea. Not a lot going on here. And then finally in Texas, not a lot going on. Same old, same old. And then finally far west. We are going to be here in a day. Finally! It seems like forever since we've been trying to get to western New Mexico. We'll be there in a day. And then go from there. So let's see here. Anything of note? So we took that pretty easily. What is this? I've never seen this icon before. Your men managed to breach the enemy walls. Huh. Haven't seen that one before. How many turns it take? 1 hour. Not bad. Yeah, okay. Lee takes command. So exciting. Okay, I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, leave him in there. Alright, yeah, that's right, we got AP Hill, forgot about that, so I'm moving him up to Jackson in the event that I decide to do an attack on my for my left flank. I'll have AP Hill up here. He has a 533 rating, so very impressive, and he's a fast mover, so that's good. I also moved, by the way, my 313 McClaws back here. That'll change. It's that bug where you make him a division commander. But he's a 313 commander, so that 3 defense will be very, very helpful at Fredericksburg. And then I used one of my cards to do some partisans back here, because it's undefended currently. And my goal is just to cut the rail line so he can't reinforce Munfordville in the case he decides to. I think this is Munfordville, right? Yeah, okay, good. Just call it the right thing. Anything else that's going on here? 7 money and 7 war supply from our blockade runners. Got 400 prisoners and 100 rifles from our Bloomington expedition. We inflicted lots of hits on some navy somewhere. Oh, that's right, we're getting attacked. Okay, so we are going to pull out of here momentarily just to recover cohesion. I think that'd be a good idea. Good thing I looked at this. Only used 1 replacement reserve from our replacement chits. That's good. Okay, so it looks like we're all covered there. Anything else I want to show you before we move on? Oh, that's right. Let's show you the overall. So they're down to 84 morale. We have 123, which is very good. Foreign intervention is 16. It's whatever. We've inflicted, or we've suffered 32,000 troops. The Union has lost 49,000. They have 2,000 victory points. We've got 3,000. But we've captured 15,700 troops. I don't know if that gets packaged into that or not. I'm not quite sure. But there you have it. Their power is 123 greater than ours. That's actually not bad for us, to be honest. In the multiplayer that I'm playing right now, he's kicking my butt on that. So I probably did not invest enough into troops, and I put more into my industry than I perhaps should have. So with that, let's proceed with the turn. And in case you're wondering, I spent all of my resources this turn on replacement chits, so I didn't actually build any new units, but it burned through all my cash, which money's been definitely the commodity I've been hurting on most in this game. I'm a little concerned. I don't know how much longer I can maintain this offensive push over in the St. Louis area. I guess we'll just keep doing it until we start meeting some significant resistance. I would say that the one advantage to maintaining the offensive out there is the more territory I gain is the more the Union is going to have to take back over time. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and have 2 or 3 layers of entrenched defenses all the way back to, say, for example, St. Louis. That way they've got to earn every little inch. But that's going to take me a good amount of time, maybe like 6 months to establish. So winter will be very welcoming for us, I think, because I think that'll give us the opportunity we need to solidify any sort of gains that we can accomplish between now and the next 4 months. But we'll see. All right, so good. He pulled out of there. So we would have wasted an attack if we had done it. By the way, we did get that level 5 entrenchment option now, so you're going to start seeing these like barricade-looking entrenches. Those are your level 5 entrenchments, and those are very advantageous for the Confederacy for obvious reasons. Alright, so there's the partisans. There's Grant back there, so that's good we put the partisans there so I could see where Grant was at. At least I know he won't be on the offensive this turn. I gotta figure out what I want to do at Bloomington if I want to push and... nah, I'm gonna wait. Take Springfield. That's the objective. Gotta stay focused. It can be really easy when you get some success to perhaps get overzealous in your offensive posture and attack, too many places. Especially with the Confederacy, where you just don't have the resources to attack all out everywhere. Union, you can kind of get away with it, but Confederacy, not so much. Welcome back, everybody. Perturbro here, infamous brother Megabro, continuing on with the CSA Let's Play AGEOD Civil War. So I'm starting with the Central Theater because it's just an absolute mess right now, as you can see here. There's just a boatload going on. I have military control turned on, so you can see how it's going. Here's my supply. As you can see, we've got Bowling Green, Supply Depot, Nashville, Supply Depot. I built these flat ships so that I could have supply depots along the river here. And then we have St. Louis and Salem. So that's kind of what we're doing there. And then here's our military control up in St. Louis and Salem. And whoa, what's going on here? And then as you can see here, here's our supply. So we have supply over here of Vincennes because we went and besieged it, but then pulled back. That was more just kind of a feint to keep them guessing. So what are we doing here? So I have a couple things going on here. I have Shelby going all the way up here to cut the rail line. Hopefully I'm going to cut the rail line here and here. My hope is I will be able to accomplish that, and then through this delay action, so to speak, take Springfield. Hooray! I'm getting military control of this rail line, so I can use that to hit Springfield. He did bring Milroy up here, but that's okay. I'm going to have a pretty sizable force here. I'm going to have a 4 strategic commander here in Hoke with his 300 power with, 4,500 troops. Going to go and attack Springfield. I am then taking a small force here of 2,400 men, reinforcing Van Dorn here, just as a case, right? I'm not too worried about this guy because I think his supply is going to run out before he can really do anything, but I might as well reinforce here just to be safe. I was thinking about consolidating my 3 brigades here under, look at that! We kicked the living crap out of him. That was right before Lee showed up too. Moving to the sound of guns. That was the perfect example of that, by the way. That's how moving to the sound of guns works. We'll assess this later. 6 hours of battle. Wow, very cool. Okay, we'll digest that. My concern is he established a bridgehead though, or a riverhead, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it looks like. Damn. Okay. He punched a hole through my my line there. He's now got Leesburg. What's going on here? Okay, so where was this at? Huntsville. Okay. Oh, interesting. Alright, so it looks like he's going for my rail line. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Good thing I've got Hinman down here. Not much of a force, but at least I got a general down there. Probably bring my cavalry up. I think I'm going to swoop around and cut his supply off there. But okay, let's look at this really quick here before we step back. Alright, so he took Leesburg. Here's Lee. I'm going to put him in charge. But how's Longstreet look? He looks pretty good, okay. He does not have a sizable force here as he did before. which makes me wonder where the other 5,000 went. That's a good spot for him to hit, though, although he took a pretty heavy hit attacking. Okay, we got 4 entrenchment there. Not bad. I've got him. I need to bring a supply wagon, plunk him in. I think I'm gonna need to flush him out. I need to push him out. We can't have that. That exposes my interior a little too much, so I'm going to figure that one out. Okay. So that's what happened over there. Now what's happening over here? Okay, so I tore up this rail line. We're just going to go here, tear this one up. I don't know what he has. Why do I not know what he has? I got 1, 2... I've only got 2 regiments of cavalry, so that's probably why. Alright, well, Shelby managed to get up here, which is good. So we're going to tear up the rail line and pull back, and then we're just going to tear up the rail line on our way back. That's the goal anyways. Same with this dude, tear up rail line, head on back, tear up rail line, and so forth. I want to make it as difficult as possible for him to move on me, because I really don't anticipate until 63 moving beyond this river. My goal is to consolidate as much as this as I can. I now have down here, I've got this fine gentleman who's suffered some, apparently he got hit by some sort of disease. He's got 3,200 troops, should have a lot more than that, so we'll have to wait for that to recover. I've got Forrest, so Forrest is going to actually lead this force, and he's going to go attack Springfield. We now can establish a supply line with Bloomington, Missouri, and I think we're in good shape over here. That's good. Okay, let me do the moves, and we'll come back and we'll look at it and we'll generate the turn. Okay, so I went ahead and made my moves. A lot of movement going on this turn. I'll cover it all in a moment. Let's go over the battles really quick here. So this was the big battle of Leesburg. Now, he did cross the river, but as a consequence for crossing the river, he suffered a significant amount of casualties. Unfortunately, Lee was not here yet because he was en route, so I was not able to take advantage of Lee's leadership skills, but we did get Beauregard. It's considered a Confederate victory, so I'll have to see if we get any national morale for that. I think we probably did, considering the amount of casualties we inflicted. I mean, it was pretty pricey real estate that he went ahead and captured. So it was 6 hours of battle. So first hour, all we had was Early's brigade without any generals, probably because they're like the advanced pickets, I would presume. And so he had his whole army like coming across all at one time, it looks like. So that was the first hour. Hour 2, though, as you can see, this is where the battle began. So right now, it looks like this was all of... So this is actually Longstreet, so he must have railed over really fast, as in, like, almost immediately, because he showed up almost immediately to the battle and threw his divisions in. So we've got Magruder's 3 defense, D.H. Hill's 3 defense, B's 2 defense, and then finally the artillery under A.P. Alexander. So he did some significant damage here, 33 hits without taking any kind of hits. That's the advantage of having all division artillery, as you can see. Led brilliantly during it, demonstrated tactical skill, it's pretty cool. And then looks like, yeah, so it doesn't look like B or D.H. Hill or Magruder actually engaged in any fighting this turn. Actually, I'm sorry, so I misinterpreted that. So Longstreet showed up, but he had not deployed his divisions yet. Yeah, that's correct. That's how you interpret that.